Hi. Hi there. This is spiritual psychic Cynthia Killian, also known as Psychic Cynthia, and welcome. Do you feel called to the spiritual psychic path yourself? Do you think that perhaps you are a little psychic? Are you the kind of person who's always been a little bit different in terms of being able to maybe sense energies or pick up on when spirits are about in the room? Or maybe you have psychic dreams. Maybe you can just feel when something's about to happen. Do any of these describe you? Or maybe you're a natural healer in a way, or you're in tune with plants or animals in a way that others aren't. In other words, are you a little bit naturally psychic yourself? If so, what I have to say may be of interest to you today. And especially if you're feeling called to the psychic path. I mean, even if you don't think you're natural, are you thinking about exploring the psychic aspect of yourself more? Are you thinking about opening your third eye or learning how to do readings or just really trying to tune in a more psychic way? Is that something that interests you? If so, then what I have to say today might be of benefit to you, and it should be interesting. I'm actually logging on today to talk about a way that you could begin this journey or start it again or go deeper. I say start it again because a lot of times people get on the psychic path, when they're younger or at a certain phase in life, let's just say, and then, life starts getting in the way and they lose their focus and they go on and they start focusing over here instead of over here. And then before they know it, they've really sort of lost a conscious connection with that part. But then they find their way back later. So if you're somebody finding your way back later, that's wonderful. As long as you find your way, right? If you're somebody who's thinking of opening for the first time, of really getting on that path, starting, embarking on the journey, that's wonderful too. And even if you've been on the journey for a while, but you're looking for a teacher or a structure, even something that can help you sharpen your skills and up your game, then this too might be of interest to you. So as a psychic, I'm a professional psychic. Well, maybe you don't know that. I don't know if you know me or not. I'm Cynthia Killian, Psychic Cynthia, as I said in the beginning. And I've been working full-time as my profession in the psychic field for over 20 years now. And I won't say how much over, let's just say over. Okay, I don't want to date myself. But I was one of these people that was called to the path in childhood, actually, and began studying with spiritual teachers at a quite young age. Actually, my first studies, formal studies, began at the age of 13. I had visions and psychic experiences and knowings way before then, my whole life. But I was lucky. I was really lucky to find my first teacher at such a young age. And there were other teachers after that. I really just consider myself so lucky, my life to have been so rich, to have had the good fortune of being able to come across a teacher, somebody who could help me on my path and get me started. And I really do think having a teacher can make all the difference. It's just great to have somebody that you can refer to, somebody who can give you a little structure, I guess, to get going and also to lean upon in some ways, while you're building your own path. And ultimately, that is what a great teacher does, is they provide you with structure and support so that you can build your own path of understanding. So my path goes back very far, in case you're meeting me for the first time, as a psychic. And eventually, I was called to do readings professionally. Now, not all psychic people are called to do readings professionally. And, you may or may not, if you're a psychic person. I do think that it is a benefit to all psychic people to learn some processes for doing readings. I think that just helps us to sharpen our perceptions. Um, and it's a good way to use the gifts, but that doesn't mean you're going to do this for your living necessarily. Um, and what's more important than what you do, how you earn your money or what you do for your living is your life, how you live. Do you live harmoniously with this psychic part of yourself? Have you opened it? I mean, if you feel you have these innate gifts, or like I would call them aptitudes, in other words, if you have some psychic leanings, how far have you taken that? How much have you developed that? So a lot of times throughout the years, in my 20 plus years of practice as a psychic, I will be approached by people who wish to study with me and to learn more about how to awaken their own gifts. And, I've helped many people throughout the years with that, literally hundreds, if not thousands. I had a 3-year-long training program at Sunset Spiritualist Camp. That is, one of the oldest spiritualist churches and camps in the United States. And I trained many students through that camp. I've had numerous workshops and teleclasses and things that I've done. But recently I have felt led to put this all together in a format that would be easier for those of you who would like to study with me and really would like to awaken your own inner psyche. So, cutting to the chase of it, I have created Awakening Your Inner Psychic Level 1 video course for all of you who would like to study with me. And just so you know, I envision this as being part of a larger program towards psychic certification. And I think that's something that I keep hearing a lot from clients and students and people who follow me on Facebook or who read my cosmic newsletter online. I keep hearing that they would like some kind of certification, some sort of credential, because of course at this time, no university would even be qualified to teach psychicism. Actually, I mean, they just don't have the staff for that, most of them. No mainstream university, understand I'm saying. So where do you go to get your training? And there are many good psychic teachers, or at least some. Okay, I don't know if there's many, but there are good psychic teachers out there. And if you have a teacher in your community that you feel drawn to, certainly avail yourself of that. But this is a more structured format that takes you step by step. And Awakening Your Inner Psychic, the level 1 video course series, is for those of you who want to begin the journey or get started again. And this is my prerequisite course series. Of course, there will also be level 2. And then after that, there will be various specific courses dealing with specific skills. But this is going to be the prerequisite. Whether you want certification or not, it's just a good foundation for you. So if that's something that appeals to you, if you are looking for a course that can just sort of walk you step by step, and this is, the level 1, the beginning, just awakening your inner psychic. It, deals with getting to know this part of yourself, learning to tune in, learning to pay attention. Like I said earlier, there are 22 videos total. The last 9 or 10 videos deal with the chakra system, actually, which might surprise you, but I feel that's a very important part of having a good, solid psychic awakening. My approach to psychicism is to help you to open and to awaken, to, stretch out your perception in your etheric body, increase and amplify your ability to get psychic data and possibly commune with your guides and ancestors, if that's what you'd like to do. And I'm all about that. And I'm about doing that in a very grounded, centered, and healthy way. Unfortunately, some people pursue the psychic path in an ungrounded way. And then that's when they start getting a little kooky, okay? And they can't live life in reality, and, they're not able to pay their bills or to, take care of their kids or have meaningful relationships anymore. And I don't blame them, actually, if they got on the path and no one ever at least tried to help them develop in a grounded fashion, then, you know, it's partly the fault of their teachers, and honestly, as much as their teacher's fault as their own. So I believe that. That's my belief, at least. So this video class series is set up to, you know, take you step by step in a gentle but powerful awakening, reawakening of your inner psyche. So anyway, that's what I'm logging on about today, and I'll put a link either down below or at the end of this video if you'd like more info or to get signed up. It is something that you work at your own pace. It's designed to be a 10-week video course, so 10 weeks minimum. But then, of course, you can take it slower than that. The videos will be sent out to you at a certain rate, along with the links to the exams, should you wish to receive the certification. If you want the certification, of course, you will have to earn that. You know, that's not something that's just given because you buy the course. You'll have to demonstrate your proficiency of the knowledge. And there'll be some exams. There's an exam for each video. It's open book or open video. So I don't think it'd be too terribly hard for you to pass your exams. And then some of them, just a few, will be multiple. Well, there'll be a multiple choice for each exam. And then there'll also be, for some, not all, but a few, some short essays. You know, I'll want you to talk about your experiences. For example, in the lesson about getting purified and taking the purification bath, I will actually want you to write about your experiences with taking your purification bath, you know, so that I know that you did that and have done that, and that you understand about the importance of purification baths for psychics. In my opinion, it's very important. And then at the end, you know, if you're seeking your certification after you have passed all the exams, which, remember, they're multiple choice. They're not difficult. You know, my intention in setting this up for you, I want you to know, is because I look around and I see that there aren't really enough good certification programs for psychics. There's never been enough training for psychics. From the time I started on my path, there has never been enough support, enough training. And, you know, I know what it's like to be young on the path. And I remember early on, I mean, I would meet other psychics, and a couple of them were very generous, actually, in sharing with me. And I thank them. But many were not. And many psychics do not teach. And I think that might just be because they don't know how. Because, you know, it's one thing to be a great psychic, and that in of itself is a wonderful accomplishment. You know, if that's all you ever did in your life, that is amazing. But it's another thing to be able to help another person develop psychically. I think that in order to do that, you have to really slow down and think about how you do what you do and how others like you do it as well. So it requires a more conscious awareness, and that takes time to develop that. And quite frankly, most professional psychics aren't going to take the time for that because they're too busy doing readings. And I do a lot of readings too, but the training of the next generation has always been very important to me. Educating others is something that is close to my heart. And, you know, I feel like that for a lot of people who are trying to get onto this path, and I don't mean just as professionals, they're just trying to develop their gifts and to do it in a legitimate way, in an authentic way, you know, because there's a lot of crap out there in the world. That's true, you know, just like with any other field. So people who are looking for the real, true, sincere experience for themselves, there's a lot of roadblocks for that. I mean, even organizations that might offer some kind of ordination or certification, it's not always easy to, you know, get in those. I mean, I seen a psychic training program overseas the other day. It was online, but I can't remember who offers it, but it's like $2,000, okay? And, you know, no certification, really. And I think the program looked okay, but it's just kind of out of the reach, you know, especially if somebody just getting started, let's say. I mean, I get it if a pro like me wants to go and take a program, and I have done that actually, that cost a little bit more. but we need to have it open. And the other thing is, a lot of the trainings, are just not open to the public. So I've created something that is open to you with the intention of creating a pathway for you in your growth. A pathway, an opening, that is what this is about. And whether you want to do the certification or not, if you feel called to the psychic path, if you want to start developing this part of yourself, this would be a good avenue for you to do that. And as I said earlier, there are 22 videos total in this level 1, Awakening Your Inner Psychic, beginning the journey. And it's about a little bit under 6 hours total, but it's a 10-week course, so you'll watch 4 to 5 videos a week of various lengths. And then if you want to do the exams, you can. If not, if you just want to do it for your own growth, that's okay too. I encourage you to take the exams. I encourage you to earn the certification. Just so you have done that. I think that would be nice for you, but that's up to you, okay? You can choose to or not to do that if you just wish to watch the videos. I think you'll find them, hopefully you'll find them fun and uplifting as well as informative. So that's my intention in creating this for you. And again, I'll try to put a link here, either down below or at the end of this video for you to get more info or to get signed up. And feel free to also comment with any questions that you have, or you can write me through my website, or if we're friends on social media, you can contact me that way or email me, whatever works, But I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're considering being on this path, or maybe you're already on it and you're wanting to go deeper. That is wonderful. The world needs more committed psychic people like you. So just how happy I am for you that you're feeling this call, and how overjoyed I'll be if you would like to study with me. I would be so honored if you would like to become part of my psychic tribe and enroll in this video course series with me. So until next time, love to you all and bright blessings.